Grand Rising, Elizabeth.
Grand Rising.
Grand Rising.
Deitra Covington, and today is March 14th, 2023. And this is your health and wellness show. And I want to say that today, I want to give a shout out to my mother. Today is her birthday, and she is an ancestor now, but I just still think about her every March 14th. I'm thinking about my mom because, this is her birthday, of course. But I want to say happy birthday, happy Earth Day to her. Yeah. And I want to start by reading our African Goddess Rising card. Oh, let's see. And one I got today is Sugona. Well, let me say it right. Sukungant. If you can see that. And she is the goddess of scarcity. Now, interesting enough, I don't know if you can tell, it's two sides to her. She has a person on the right side, person on the left side. Can you all see it? Because I didn't see it at first. When I first saw this card, I didn't know it was two people on this card. Two heads. If you look at
one with the white
see.
on and then the one in the front. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so that spoke to me. I said, she looks beautiful. Why is she scarcity? But then I had to read the card to find out more information. I mean, the reading for her. Okay, Sukuyant. That's it, Sukuyant. She is the shadow of scarcity. The shadow. She is from Trinidad diaspora. She she is of the shadow temple, and she follows the air element of air. She is beauty by day and hag by night. The Sukuyant is an energy vampire, also known throughout the diaspora as Ole Heg and Buhag. Whether energy or blood, for vampires, there is never enough to go around. I didn't know that about vampires.
Well, yeah, because they have to kill people to get the, how many can
right,
they?
I know. I didn't think it was never enough to go. Well,
or maybe not. Maybe they're not killed. Maybe they just suck your, because the person then becomes a vampire if they live through it.
Okay.
Well, I sort of think of, I use the phrase a time vampire also. Someone that takes up your time that you don't want to give away.
Exactly.
They just they sap it up from you, and it's like,
that's right.
what I call my daughter sometimes, time vampire.
Oh, your energy, just suck it up.
Yeah, you've got something planned, and then
Okay, Sukuyant's shadow guidance. You have so much more than you realize. You have access to unlimited joy, love, good times, pleasures, and prosperity. Be grateful for your riches. I'm going to say that again because I think we need to really take that in. You have so much more than you realize. You have access to unlimited joy, unlimited unlimited good times, unlimited pleasures, and unlimited prosperity. Be grateful for your riches. Woo, okay, all right. And the embodiment is stop going to the ocean and asking for a thimble full of water. It doesn't feel like it when you're desperate, but scarcity and lack are an illusion.
Yeah.
Prosperity is believing that there is an overflow, more than enough love, happiness, well-being, and money to go around. Vampires take from others because they don't have enough life force for themselves.
Mm.
There is scarcity consciousness. That is scarcity consciousness. When you embody lack, you are always hungry, tired, and jealous. Make a gratitude list. What are you grateful for right now? You know, I want us to think about that. And as I read the declaration, I would like us to share one thing that you're grateful for right now. Okay, and the goddess declaration is, my blessings always overflow. Let me read that again. I want to take that and keep that with me. My blessings always overflow. Overflow. I mean, not just there, but overflowing. Whew, okay, all right. So I'm gonna start with who's on my screen first. Queen, what would you say? What are you grateful for right now? One thing.
I I am grateful for maturity of age, gracefully.
Yes.
Seeing all those women and those brothers in their 70s and 80s all come together and still celebrate. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's right. Let's see. I guess I'm next on the screen. Let's see. I am thankful for my mother, who is an ancestor now, but because of her, I'm here. You know, I wouldn't be here without her. So thank you, Mom. Okay, next will be Mama Evelyn.
I'm grateful for, I'll say what I said in my journal. I'm grateful for the creativity that comes out of the quiet times.
Ooh, nice.
That's nice.
Mm.
I'll take some of that.
I know that's right. Okay, Sister Jacqueline, are you with us?
I'm here. I'm trying to transfer over. I'm grateful. Here, let me come on the oops, hold on, my phone. I got my phone right now. Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yes.
Can. Happy day, ladies.
Hello.
I'm grateful to be awake this morning to join you all. And I'm grateful for my mother also.
Yes. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. And Sister Danny.
Grand Rising. How's
Grand
everyone?
Rising.
I am so grateful for loving friends.
Yes.
That when I can't hold myself up, they hold me up.
Oh, beautiful. Oh.
So I thank you. And that includes you all.
Yes. Well, thank you. Thank you. Okay, Miss Bridget.
Oh, Grand Rising.
Grand Rising.
I am grateful for both of my parents, my mother and my father. I'm grateful for my father who, unbeknownst to me when he was dragging me to business workshop meetings and everything else, that I was bored out of my mind. Little did I know that that would be what I would need right now, and that all of that would come back.
Isn't that something? Wow.
And I'm grateful to my mother who had a quiet strength about her.
Yes.
So I am very grateful for my parents.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that.
I love your hair today, Bridget.
I know. It's
thank you.
Swoop to the side and stuff.
Yeah, and the little curl going on.
Yes, right.
I curled mine.
I see.
Yeah.
I'm getting better with it.
Good. Sister Lily B.
Lily B.
Hey.
beautiful.
Yeah, I saw your video.
Hi.
Yeah, it was nice.
Thank you. And what's today? Happy Tuesday, first off. Hey, beautiful people. I am thankful and grateful and happy for just being present. I am grateful and thankful for my mother and my grandmother and the mothers before them healing. I'm thankful for a whole lot of stuff, y'all. I ain't gonna run my list down, but I am extremely thankful and grateful overall, just for all. Learning the journey, growth, shining, smiling, the tears, everything within the journey. So I'm thankful for the process. I'm trusting the process.
Great.
Hey, Mama Evelyn.
Hi.
Okay, now we have a visitor all the way from, you from what? You in Las Vegas or California?
Las Vegas.
Okay, yes, Miss Debra Martin. Yay.
Good morning, ladies.
Hi, Deborah.
Hi, I'm so grateful that I could join you today.
Yes.
I'm also grateful for all my ancestors that brought me this far. I have been told in so many circles that I'm a healer.
Yes.
And I have to accept that because my great-grandmother was a healer and my grandmother was a healer. It skipped to my mom, but it landed on me.
Yes,
and so
yes.
I'm just grateful because God has kept me and he has guided me. And to go to the conference this past week, I would have never thought that I could have attended that because there were so many obstacles that I had to jump over and made it. So I'm grateful for all those things.
Okay, thank you for being here. Yay.
Yay.
Let's see who else we have here. Oh, Reverend Omani. You care to share?
Grand Rising.
Grand Rising.
Grand Rising.
We're just stating what we're grateful for today.
Let's see what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful that I'm willing to let God be God today.
Okay. I know that's right. The willingness, right?
To let God be God. I'm stepping out of the way now. I'm going to the back seat.
Sounds like a good idea. And Miss Ebony.
Grand Rising, ladies. I'm grateful for time today. I'm not even gonna fight it. I'm just gonna be grateful for it.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good. Thank you, everybody. I think I did.
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you all for sharing. I just want to kind of do a little recap. Why did we go to talking about being thankful? We're talking about the goddess Sukuyant, and we showed a picture of her. And her embodiment says, we have more than enough love, happiness, well-being, and money to go around. So we need to be, think in the overflow, not lack, but be in the overflow. And my blessings, her declaration was, my blessings always overflow. And then make a gratitude list. So maybe this week, if you can make a gratitude list of what, and then we talked about what we're grateful for now. So thank you all for sharing. Thank you for sharing. But now I would like to introduce, Mama Raziya. Wait a minute, she coming in. Mama Raziya. Okay, well, I'll introduce our guest. Our guest today is Mrs. Debra Martin. And just like she said, she's a healer. I've known her at least, about 4 years or so, and she's part of the Healing Support Network. That's where I met her, and she has just been a joy, a total joy to be around. And she comes with so much knowledge, and she has something to share. So she's never, she's giving. She's very giving and just a queen in her own right. And I am so blessed to be a part of those that make her acquaintance, have made her acquaintance. So I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Oh, well, she doesn't live here in Michigan. She's in Las Vegas, but she's here visiting.
Yes.
And she's going to share the reason why she came to Michigan this time. But it's so good to see you, Debra.
Yeah. Yes, it's good to be here.
Yes, well, you can go ahead and share what you found out.
Okay. And I want to tell you also something that's really kind of funny while I'm late to the meeting is because the phone that I have is a new phone, Android, and this is not it. This is an old phone that I had that was able to connect without service. So I don't know how, I guess it's just connected to the Wi-Fi, but this phone has no service, but yet I'm able to see you all. So, hey,
wow.
That's okay. It came across my news feed, the meeting that was called Eyes Wide Open 2.0. And when I saw the guests that were going to be there, Judy Mikovich, Carrie Maggi, I was like, okay, that's it. I'm going. If you all don't know who Judy Mikovich is, she's a doctor and a scientist. And she discovered that the CDC was adding something into the vaccines for children, and mostly children of Black, brown children, that would cause autism, or it may cause the ADD and the ADHD, which we see in a lot of our young children. So when she discovered that, she became the whistleblower. And right away, Dr. Fauci went to her office, threatened her, and somehow he was able to make up some kind of lies about her that got her arrested. And she did 5 years in prison because of Fauci. And they confiscated all her materials that proved that the CDC was doing something wrong and corrupt to Black and brown males. Over the time, that kind of spread out to all children because they stopped just doing it to Black and brown. They were doing it to anybody taking that MMR shot. And I believe they take that shot, the measles, mumps, and rubella shot, at like 12 months or something. And so it's highly recommended that children do not take that, because if there's mercury, it's a list of about 75 ingredients that go into that shot. And what it does is it slows the brain down. It actually, some children react to it severely and end up with autism or either some type of other brain disorder. And why they're doing this is obviously they want to lower the IQ and not have children like that little boy in Africa who had enough sense to figure out how to create electricity for his whole village. And like the man who has created the car, and he has the TV, the African man who created that TV that runs off of energy out of the air, free energy. They don't want geniuses. They're trying to keep us in a dumbed down state. So that's why they're doing this. But when she became that whistleblower, so she did 5 years in prison. And then when she got out, they had a gag order on her for 5 years. So she couldn't even tell, but somehow I was able to, I gravitated to her website and I was able to read all this stuff. And I just had a lot of respect for her. The other person that was there, Carrie Maggi, and her last name is spelled Madej. So I may not be pronouncing it right, but she's a young doctor who also became a whistleblower when she went and she's a doctor, so she had every right to take samples of the COVID vaccine shot. So she took some vials home and put them in her lab. And she said overnight, well, she had like a camera watching them, and she could see something moving inside the vial. And it was, they named it something like Salius vulgaris. And the vulgaris is a creature that is demonic, and it is something that, I think it was some cartoon that had this vulgaris creature, and this thing in the vaccine, it looks just like the monster, the creature that was in this cartoon. And it's like The only thing I can say, it kind of resembles a not a cricket, but a praying mantis. And it's in the hydrogel. And once it's in there, you can see it moving, but it's assembles something. And it can, if you take it out of there and put it in a petri dish and chop it up into 10 pieces, it'll become 10 of these creatures.
Wow.
And it has self-awareness, and it has these antennas that kind of wiggle around. So, you know, this is in people. And they also said that once you hit it with the 5G, it delivers a payload. So what it does is once you hit it with 5G, something else comes out of it, bursts some other eggs or something that comes out of it. And all we know is that that thing is in people, and it may not be in everybody that took it, because she did say there were some vials that did not have it. But people who have it had an extreme reaction to the vaccine most likely got that demon inside of them, and it's hard to get it out because it's going to keep giving birth, you know. So those people piqued my interest, and I said, I got to be there. I got to listen to this. I got to get the information. And it was just like I thought. When I got there that first day, I was the only Black person in the room.
Where was it held?
It was in Mount Pleasant at a resort, kind of like a casino conference type of. It's a building that has it's called the Soaring Eagle. It has a conference. You've heard of it. It has a conference center there. So it was there. And, you know, there were so many things that almost tried to stop me. For one, the cost was $300. Well, it was $369 to go to the conference.
Okay.
So automatically, a lot of people were like, I'm not spending that kind of money. But something told me, no, I'm going, and I'm just going to, you know, be there so I can be the one to bring back the information to our people. Because like they said, once you give out the information, you heard of that 100 monkeys, everybody will know. So yeah, they want us to, well, they actually didn't, I don't know, kind of wondered about if they thought any Black people were going to be there at all. Because I did have a couple of little experiences where I thought, okay, they probably didn't expect to see anybody like me here, because it was like, people ignoring me, that kind of thing. So I kind of like ignore that anyway. But
did they say anything about the spike protein?
They did say something about the spike protein. I'm gonna look at my notes and try to go along with everything that some of the things were not about just the vaccine. Some of the topics we're talking about technology that was discovered by one person, but yet, because this one man was there, Michael McKinnon, and he said he discovered Facebook, but because he's not a nobody, he's not one of the rich people like the Bill Gates and the Fauci, he's not in that club, so he basically got ignored. He said Mark Zuckerberg stole his information. He actually took him to court, and the judges sided with these wealthy people because, you know, Zuckerberg is from one of these affluent families, or he's in the clique, he's in the club that nobody else is in. So, and I was surprised because I just thought if you're a white person, you automatically get recognized, but that's not the case. These are people who feel like they're not recognized because they don't have the wealth that, you know, Fauci and Gates have, and all those, you know, the Rockefellers and Rothschilds. So he was just telling us that, you know, the courts are not fair and that they are not recognizing people. The other people have ability to buy the judges off. And let's see. So, let me try to see what else was relevant, very relevant. They had a book, and it was I don't know if you can see this. So COVID is a telomere virus. They talked a lot about, you know, like when we buy and I'm gonna go back to that, but it's just all about telomeres. When we buy food that's not organic, it actually, eating that inorganic food is shortening our telomeres, which your telomeres are responsible for how you age.
Right.
And they stick to the fact that aging is not normal. It's a disease because of the toxicity of our environment. So not only are they, genetically modifying our food, and doing things to the animals that are making people age faster and get sick, but the COVID vaccine actually shortens your telomeres. It advances your aging and causes a lot of things to happen, as we have seen in the children that have been injured, that these kids that now have heart conditions, or maybe some of them didn't make it, but it's a lot to that vaccine, because ultimately they want the human beings to be genetically modified so that they can control us and make us into these zombies, I guess you could call it, because you won't be able to think on your own. You basically just, the AI, artificial intelligence, will just control everything we do. And then they also, the main goal was to reduce the population by 2/3, and it did not work. So they were very upset about that. So they immediately started to try to find other ways to start, keeping that plan of reducing the population. So
were there any doctors there that talked about a protocol to help that condition, the COVID condition? Were there?
Oh, you mean like if you catch the virus?
Yeah, if you got the shot.
Vaccine. Yes, they did. They actually did. I'm gonna try to see if I can find that, because I'm telling you, it was so much information.
I know it.
Yeah, but they did talk about, they said the nebulizer, the oxygen, through the nebulizer. And if you can get one, because they said the doctors aren't allowed to give those out anymore. So
really?
Yeah, I know I have a few. Shoot, I just, I happen to know a nurse, and I told her that, can you just bring me a bag of them? Okay, so I have some.
Okay.
But I'm trying to see where that is, because they gave
what
that.
does that do, Deborah? Nebulizer?
What does that look like?
Does anyone
it has like a little mouthpiece that looks like a hose, a little plastic hose. And you put, let's see, I put it in, I use the humidifier for that, but because it does the same thing, and I do 3% food grade peroxide. But they can give you something to go in the nebulizer that kind of opens up your airways. But also the if you can see this is the, and I'm sure you all seen the Cool Mist humidifier. That, so you put that 3% food grade peroxide in there, and a stream of white smoke comes out, and you breathe that in, and that's pure oxygen. So that's what they said, that cures it. And they named a couple of different medications that I had never heard of. So that's what I'm looking for, because it wasn't anything I was familiar with. And albendazole, and or fenbendazole. So I don't know, I haven't looked it up yet to see what that is, but it's some kind of medication that they said that really it cures the virus, it gets rid of it. And as you all already know, the ivermectin also it gets rid of it. 3 days with ivermectin. And I don't recommend the hydroxychloroquine, because I know it gets rid of it, but you have to know how to administer it, because actually, if you get the medical grade hydroxychloroquine, if you don't know what you're doing, it can actually hurt the person. But when I administer hydroxychloroquine, as you probably know, Deitra, I already have the formula for the natural version. So that version, anybody can take, a baby can take it, because you're taking 3 grapefruit and 3 lemons, and the peels are only the peels, and you're boiling that in 8 cups of water, and then you have to only boil it for 15 minutes and let it simmer for 3 hours. And so what you end up with is probably like a pint of almost like a syrup, because it's so thick. And it's very bitter, but it works. I've tried it and I've used it on so many people, relatives, and then I started, making it, giving it or selling it. I had to sell it because the jars are so expensive. But I'm a person I'm driven by my heart, not money. So I give away a lot of stuff that, people can't afford.
What else? What did you say, Greg?
Grapefruit, 3 grapefruits, and you're only taking the peels, and then 3 lemons, you only taking the peels, and 8 cups of water. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like distilled water, or you could, because you're going to be boiling this stuff for so long. By the time it's going to work. So, and then you let it boil you bring it to a boil. That's 15 minutes. And then after that, turn it down on the lowest possible and just let it simmer for 3 hours. And once it simmers, that's a long time, but it kind of cooks it down to where it's the basic syrup of those ingredients. And then you just let it cool and pour it in a mason jar. And what you're going to do is take 1 tablespoon in the morning and 1 tablespoon in the evening. And I'm telling you, my son had it bad. He was like sick and weak, his legs was everything, but I jumped on it, gave it to him. And for 3 days, and in that 3rd day, he just got up and was like, wow, I feel so good. I don't know what happened, And he said, I'm going to call in. I said, no, you already called off. So they know you're sick, and let it stay that way until you just have some rest, because he felt good enough to go back to work in 3 days.
Wow. Okay.
Oh my, we'll stay home and take that 2 weeks and just relax. But, and so it's funny though, because this has happened to me in so many occasions where everybody be sick around me but me.
Right.
And the way all of them got it is I was out in Vegas visiting for my granddaughter's birthday. And we all went out to the dinner, and it was this restaurant, and we had this long table. And when we got home, everybody was sick but me. And I was like, I just know that either God is putting some around me to protect me, or either that's just who I am, because it's been all my life. When I had kids, everybody would be sick. I'm like, I'm taking care of everybody. So
right.
But in that case, all the people that I gave this formula to, or used it, made it up and took it to them, they all got well except one person, and she was 75, and she actually had to go in the hospital. But she told them no remdesivir and no vent.
Oh, good.
And she's alive today.
Okay, yep. And I noticed that you said when the grapefruit and the lemon use the peels.
Yes. You're only going to use the peels, because those peels hold a lot of vitamin C. And actually, it's the vitamin C that we're extracting, and some other ingredients, I suppose. But I think that you've ever heard people say high doses of vitamin C will really help you block out or build your immune system. So it's the vitamin C we're extracting and whatever else is in there. But I got that formula from a doctor who was benevolent and willing to share, because this whole COVID pandemic has turned most of the doctors into doctors that are after money and not trying to help heal the person. They prefer to make the extra dollars. So
right.
It's sad. Yeah. So let me see. Lipid nanoparticles, genetically transformed.
Rising, Mama Raziya. I love your hair.
Oh, you're muted, babe.
Uh-oh.
I'm sitting in the steam room.
Nice.
And I just wanted to testify that Deborah brought that formula over to me when I was feeling kind of droopy. Yeah. And I said, Deborah, I don't know what's going on. She said, I got something for you. And I took it, and I was standing and I was able to keep going with what I do. And my question, Deborah, is about how long would that, because I've been trying to make it from time to time. How long does it last? What should we know about time?
Okay, it lasts for 2 weeks. But what I learned is that after you have gotten what you need from it, after like a week and you're well, you can take that and pour it into one of those ice trays and freeze it, and it will last indefinitely frozen. So, because that's you worked all that, you might as well save it. I mean,
okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. That was a very good question. Yeah. But,
I have a question.
Oh,
okay.
Danny has her hand raised.
Yes. Good morning. Good morning. I have a question about the grapefruit. Does it matter whether it's red grapefruit, rind? Which grapefruits do?
Well, let me tell you what. It doesn't matter if it's red or the regular yellow, but it matters if it's organic. And so when I was looking for it, I had to go to 3 stores. Whole Food didn't have any organic ones. I really had a hard time because I think those people that know that we're finding out about these things, they're making it hard to get organic grapefruits now. So just beware, if it's not organic, it's not going to do nothing. Okay. Because see, organic means God has put his print on that and he has the seeds in it. If you go in a store and they say seedless grapefruit, just keep walking because they're going to say, oh, it's organic. No, it's not. And I feel insulted when I go into a store and they say the grapes are organic, but they're seedless. That's an oxymoron. And I'm not stupid. So guess what? Don't give me that. It's not organic. It's touched by man. And once man has, diminished the value, it's not going to even work for you. So if you can't get organic, just don't do it. I'm sorry. That's all I know. It's funny. I woke up, or God woke me up to this organic thing years before the pandemic. I mean, you know how long I've been gardening, Raziya?
Yes.
And I didn't know. Yeah, ever since I could hold a shovel. I just didn't know why, but I noticed the food tastes better. And if you can think about a tomato that you've grown and how that flavor is so rich and yummy. Yeah. And then you go and get these tomatoes out the store and they're beautiful, they're red and they're big, but they don't taste, it tastes like water, nothing.
Right,
Nothing.
So yeah, it's well, one of the things going back to what at the conference, they said the end goal is they would like to genetically modify everything on the planet. The animals, all the trees and shrubs, nothing, they don't want anything to be, oh my goodness, let me turn this other phone off. Carol, I'm on a meeting right now. I'll call you back.
Okay.
Okay.
Sister Danny, did you want to say something?
No, Evelyn's hand's been up for a while.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was asking about the organic thing. Well, that was one, and you've already answered that question. The nebulizer, you said food grade peroxide?
3% food grade peroxide. So now I think it's something else that they use in that nebulizer when people have asthma. Is anybody familiar with that? Because I know but when Dr. Brownstein and Mercola were sharing about what they put in it, it was the food grade peroxide, but you only put a real small amount. Like when I put it in a gallon of water for the humidifier, I'm only using a cap full, and that's a whole gallon. So if you have a nebulizer, all you would do is put a drop in there, because that is a nebulizer only going to hold about a cup of water. If that, I don't know. I haven't really used the nebulizer. What they said this in the meeting. And so we weren't able to ask questions about things like that. So I would suspect that if you're using a nebulizer and you're just going to use water, then you're going to put a drop of the food grade peroxide, because that stuff is strong. I didn't know how strong it was until I opened that top and I got a little bit on my finger and it was like,
Oh, it burns. Woo woo.
yeah, your finger be turning different colors like white.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so I would say
I'm gonna have to ask how long it lasts because I have some at the family house. Mama Leslie, the midwife, I got a gallon of food grade peroxide from her, and I've had it for years because RJ's what 11, so I've had it for a long time. But I took it out of the plastic bottle it was in years ago because it was the bottle, and so I just put it in a glass jar. So it's still sitting over there. So I have to ask if it's still good. But yeah, you put that on your skin and you'll be white.
Yeah, you don't forget. Yeah. Well, you know what? I would say that I'm gonna have to look that question up, but I have had some since COVID started, and I still have it, and it's still good. So it's about 3-4 years old, and I can still use it. So, because when you're using a capsule and you have like a big old 20-ounce bottle, it lasts for a long time. I don't think it expires really, but I have to look that up and see to really get back with you and let you know. But so the other thing that I say, let's see, GMO name. Okay, so they are the stuff that the chemtrails that they're spraying with. Those also shorten your telomeres. They also have something in there that creates Alzheimer's and really severe brain fog. And it's stuff in there that affects people's memory. Even the children are becoming forgetful. You could go somewhere and order something, and they may forget to put something in your order because that's just the extent of which that stuff is affecting people's brains and affecting your memory. So if you notice a lot of people getting Alzheimer's, it's because they are spraying us with something that is accelerating that process. And it's something you can do. It's called living silica. I have some in the refrigerator. I actually bought it at the conference because they said it negates what's in there. But I also had heard a herbalist talk about, I'm gonna go get the silica so you can see what that looks like. They also have something in that's rosemary. This one herbalist said because the chemtrails are really destroying your brain cells. So it's because they have mercury, strontium, barium, and then some other stuff. But those are the ingredients I heard a scientist say when he analyzed the stuff.
May I interject real quick?
Yes.
Mama Evelyn, I just posted, I looked up what you had asked about how long does the food grade peroxide last? I posted it, it said 3 years in an unopened container, but once you open it, about 6 months. But to see if it actually still works, to pour a little bit in the sink to see if it bubbles or sizzles. And if it doesn't, it's no good.
Oh, thank you. That was good information. 3 years. That's a long time.
That's in an unopened container.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I bet mine is no good. Then I'm going to check it out when I get home. So you can order this living silica online. I don't know who sells it. I got this one at the conference, but they said a tablespoon of this a day will help negate the effects of the chemtrails. Also, like I was saying, this herbalist said if you have pure rosemary oil, get a brown paper bag, take 5 drops in the bag, and then hold it over your face and breathe in that for 5 minutes. And it helps regenerate the brain cells because that what they're doing is killing your brain cells basically. So they're attacking us from all angles. But you see, this is evil versus God, and they won't win. So have no fear, but we do want a way to try to keep ourselves strong and preserve what we have. So, you know,
Yes.
You know, that's the question I ask some people who always say, oh, this happened and then that's happened. And I'm like, okay, you can't believe, if you're going to believe strongly in God, you can't be on the fence. I'm really, unnerved about people being on the fence.
Oh,
you believe in, but then you still believe in this. One or the other, pick.
That's right.
Free will, people.
And that's really what is disappointed me in some people, getting so afraid that they ran and took the vaccine. And I was like, don't you believe in God? Why are you running over there in fear? I said, I think a lot of people have that problem, is that their belief isn't really as strong as they claim. As they run and do things out of fear. And God has always told me that they will not prevail.
Some people feel that the doctors are given to us by God. They're our God, so they go to the doctor,
It's a shame though, because what happens is, and I had first-hand experience, because at Christmas, my husband got sick. Went to the hospital, they put him in, and they want to load you up on drugs and stuff.
Right.
That's how they make their money. And then when he got out and he had to come home with oxygen, then our son got sick and he got put in the hospital. He had a stroke.
Oh.
Yeah, he's 48 and had a stroke. But it was a lot of factors that he's working too many hours, and just he had a lot of stress around him for a while there. So it was mostly stress. And they loaded him up on a bunch of stuff, and he doesn't believe in all that. So he's trying to find somebody like a naturopath that can get him off of the stuff, because 2 blood pressure type pills, and I just don't believe in all that either. But when you up against that, you just kind of go with the flow. And so the hospitals have now turned into, and Raziya, we've been saying this for years, that it's going to become a day when you really cannot go there and expect to get some kind of treatment that's going to be holistic.
Yeah, and to your benefit.
Yeah.
I'd like to make a comment when Sister Evelyn mentions our faith in God, or what's going on here. God in the Bible, and the Bible was written by many people, contributed, but it is a very valuable document. Yes. There are many areas of guidance regarding how we should eat, what we should drink, and very spelled out. And so I think that there needs to be more awareness of what God says, what God is saying to you. If you really think about it, God does not approve of your going out and getting sloppy drunk, drinking a lot of alcohol. God has given you guidance as to what that does to your body, how it affects you. God has given us a lot of guidance about what to eat. And there are certain scripture, maybe Deitra and I and Jacqueline would get our heads together and see if we could have a presentation on what God is saying.
That sounds
about these things, because God has given us a self-healing body. And if we give the body the right nutrients and follow God's laws, getting enough rest, turning the TV off by 10 o'clock, there's so many areas of guidance that we kind of ignore.
Yes.
And so this is why our faith is less. you know, study to show yourself approved. And so if we don't read it, we don't really know what God is saying, then we won't have the trust.
Right.
We won't have it.
Totally agree with you, Raziya. And always it comes to mind, and it has always come to mind for me. Let food be thy medicine. Yes. So what is that saying? The medicine, the food, the medicine is in the food. So we have to think about what each vegetable, fruit, what does it have in it that we need? If you need magnesium, you know, there's certain things that provide that. If you need potassium, and I'm not saying go get the bananas, because the bananas are all genetically modified. Unless you can go to Jamaica and pull one off the tree, I don't recommend it. I see people eating them all the time, but I do not say anything because I've been called the food police all the time, and I get sick of people saying that because they just don't want to see me coming, because I'm going to tell you, look, why are you eating that? Right. But you know, then in the Bible it says that he cast demons into the swine, do not eat the swine. So, you know, one thing really came clear at the conference. This one doctor was saying when they were in school, they found out that the pigs were the closest meat to human. It's just like the human meat. It's the closest thing in, you know, composition. And this one person put his head down because he probably just got through eating some, you know, ribs or whatever they eat. I don't know, but something pork, because bacon, people are stuck on it. I have a sister, we were raised not eating pork, but she said, oh, but that bacon is so good. Have you ever tried it? No. Our father would have beat her up if he knew she was eating that. I said, I'm telling Daddy, he's dead. So what you gonna do? I said, no, I don't care if he's still talking in his, I can hear his voice telling me, you're not eating that pork. He protected us from things he knew were harmful. Yeah. So, you know, when I think, and sometimes I think about like what I'm eating for breakfast, and this is 5 or 6 years ago, I said, now who started us to eating this way? This had to be taught from some other person. In my family, we did have a slave master because, you know, we know because my great grandmother had children by him, you know, so we knew that might have been the great. But anyway, it's just that these are their ways. And actually, I think of them as being a different species from us because their physiology is different, and they eat that pizza and cheese all day long, and it doesn't seem to hurt them. But if I was eating like that, I'd probably be in the hospital. So I think their physiology is different. But definitely, we need to remind people to go back and look at what's in the Bible. Those are the instructions for life.
I would like to share a little bit if it's appropriate.
Please.
But we are talking about what to do. We're having a retreat this weekend because we are needing to get ready for some very, very serious things coming down. March 23rd is a day to watch and be prepared, being fully rested, eat the best that you can eat these next few days so that your body will be strong. But we're looking at the nutrient glutathione, and it is considered a master antioxidant that is naturally produced in the liver. It repairs and rebuilds bodily tissue and strengthens the immune system. It is also a protection against stress, cardiovascular problems, brain dysfunction, and it curbs cellular damage of all organs and glands throughout the body. However, as the typical human ages, glutathione is reduced due to poor eating habits, stressful experiences, and by ingesting chemical medications. It is further reduced by pollution in water, soil, and air, as well as by harmful radiation from modern technological devices, cell phones, computers, television screens, microwave ovens, medical x-rays, etc. The ingestion for the COVID-19, the injection for the COVID-19 virus and its boosters drastically reduces glutathione. And this is one of the reasons why it cannot and does not provide protection against the virus. There are ways to strengthen the immune system, which will make contracting of this dreaded virus less likely. And for those who are somehow contract it anyway, who have taken the injection, they can quickly return to health. And the article goes on, we're gonna really delve into it this weekend, but we got a little handout to prepare us for the retreat, and it's still open for others. It's an at-home retreat. So rather than paying $125 or $225, we only had to pay $25 for the packet with all our information and all our suggestions. But it goes on to talk about the vegetables that are high in glutathione. And I was so appreciative of this.
Yes.
To know what vegetables, what fruit, what grains and that. So if anybody is interested in more information, give me a call. We look at the food as our medicine. Deborah just said it a few minutes ago. And we're being told that almonds and walnuts, for example, are high in glutathione. Brown rice. And at this time in the cold weather, you know, we should be eating short grain brown rice. And then vitamin C, vitamin E, and selenium are the vitamins that are very, very, so there's a listing and there's hope in the foods and in what we have. And Deidre, this article talks about repair.
Okay.
What do we do if we did take it, if we felt we were forced to take the injection? Right. What do we do now? How do we rebuild? The body is a self-healer.
Yes.
So we can deliberately take things which elongate the telomeres.
Yes.
Which repair the telomeres, but they have been greatly damaged with the vaccine and other chemicals that we've been taking.
Yes.
So I thank Deborah so much for being here and bringing our attention to this issue.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mama Raziya.
Yes.
Can you post, is that something, there's a flyer or something about what's going on this weekend?
Yes, we are. I don't know how to post this. It's a document. I think Deborah picked up one yesterday, and she's probably more savvy with information. But what I can do is let you know that the dates are Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's coming right up. And we're having a preparation meal on Thursday, which will be high in glutathione. Okay. And it has also, let me figure it out, Mama Aduni, as to how to get a posting that makes sense. We can't do these 7 pages, but I'll put something together and let you know. And we can kind of get anyone on this line who's interested in plugging in. There's time.
Okay, Mama Raziya, should we send the money to $25 to you for the packet or somewhere else?
We're collecting the money and giving it to, it goes to Dr. Shabi Ali. This is sponsored by Healing Support Network and Kimsia Universal Network. Okay. Which is Dr. Shabi Ali's organization. She's now national and international in her work regarding this type of stuff. So
okay, good.
So we're being plugged into kind of a bigger movement, a bigger effort here. But yeah, it's on Thursday, people are picking up their meal and picking up the document. Or they can just come by when they're out in the area. I have a stack of them that, because there are oils that you need. I think there are foods, but the foods are common: broccoli, cauliflower, spinach, the fruits. Deidre, I know you're fruity.
Yes, yes.
And so there are several fruits listed that you would, so it's not a big, difficult thing for people to do.
Yeah,
the real important thing is that we need to be restful. We need to be meditating, praying, comfortable, and getting lots of rest and honoring God's laws regarding taking care of our bodies and that. But fruits are oranges, apples, peaches, grapefruit, melons, watermelon, kumquat, lime, and avocado.
Okay.
So that's a nice big numbers to get.
Yes, yes. Okay, I'm gonna come by and get that.
So,
Okay.
Mama Raziya, when we come, so we would go to the store and get the fruit and vegetables or whatever, right?
Yeah, you would be.
What would we get from you, and how much would that be?
Okay, for me, I have the packets here, and they are $25. All this information and all the guidelines and so forth.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I also have Dr. Ali's telephone number, her contact. So after you read this, and if there's a question or confusion or concern, she is on call.
Mm-hmm.
Before Friday, between now and Friday, people are getting themselves prepared. The food, we're having a celebration high glutathione meal on our Thursday. We do Thursday meals anyway. Mm-hmm. So this one is a celebration, and I do have the menu that can be forwarded to people. People can participate in that meal, mm-hmm. even though they may not be in the weekend retreat, mm-hmm. or they can do the retreat without coming for the meal. That's just our little way of adding some pizzazz, mm-hmm. to the event. But the meal is $20. The retreat is $25. Mm-hmm. The information. Does that answer it, Queen?
Yes. Is the information on like digital? I mean, can it be email instead of having to drive over there?
Let me see what we can do. I'm gonna check with her because her partner, her mate, brought this stack of flyers to me, but I just know that she decided to do it this way rather than trying to email all of this out, but we can work it out. Thanks for the question, mm-hmm. because I'm so on jam trying to get the food thing together and get all of that and get my team organized that I hadn't thought about the extra things that we should be doing regarding getting this information to you.
Mm-hmm. Because I will offer this, Mama Raziya, is it possible if you don't attend the retreat but you want the information, is there a different cost for that? Because I can send it to everybody on here. I can do it electronically.
Yeah, the information is $25. Okay. It's a document for sale.
Okay, regardless.
Yeah, but I think because it doesn't make sense. Yeah. To just send it out for people to just, oh yeah, that's nice. Now it's a serious document. Okay. And the idea is for anybody who gets this document is someone who is wanting to be involved. Okay. Oh. Yeah, because it doesn't make sense to just read it and say, oh, that's nice. You want to read it if you feel you want to be empowered and able to handle what's coming down the pike. You
Okay.
want to read it if you want to know about the how to strengthen your body through getting the glutathiones. You know, it's just different from just information. We don't want it laying around as a handout.
There you go. Right.
It's kind of sacred. Yeah.
Okay. Well, will you be around today? I can actually come today to get it.
Yeah, I'm around.
All right. Okay.
You can see how I look starting my day.
Right. Oh my
So
goodness.
I'm perky, but I'm not gonna be out in the street.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Are there any other questions or comments?
You know what? I wanted to ask a question of the group. And I mean, I don't know how many of the group are in the city area. So this may fall on deaf ears, but I'm trying to find out if that shop that they sell incense crystals and all these things and the oils, it's a shop on 6 Mile Road where the young lady used to be located in Dr. Bob's office, but she now has opened her own store. And I've gone by there many times because I want to support Black business, especially a young female that has had the ability to open up her own store. Every time I go by there, it's closed. So I don't know.
Yeah, you're talking about goddess. You're talking about no, she's talking about goddess herbs.
Oh, goddess herbs. I haven't been.
Yeah, I tried myself, and I feel you. I'm one of those people. I tend to have a resource A, resource B, and resource C. Her hours, I've tried myself to go by and support, and you're right. Her hours are just. She says she's open, and she's not. I have a backup. My backup is called Nature's Products.
Okay.
It is not a Black owned business, but the gentleman that owns it, his name is Patrick. He has been there for over 30 years.
Okay.
And he has every last herb that you can think of. It's cash only. He's been cash only since the pandemic. I'll put the number in chat because you have to call because it's a very small place. He changed his protocol, so you have to call in and talk. Like if you know exactly what herbs you want, you can call in and like I know red raspberry is a very light herb, so I know I could be like, hey Patrick, can you give me $5 of red raspberry? And excuse me. But if you don't, you can talk to him and he could tell you exactly what you need, and calculate everything up. And when you pay for it, he'll come out. It's curbside. You come out, you pay for it. So it's Nature Products. And I do know Dr. Bob has herbs too.
Okay. Well,
Dr. Bob has herbs too.
Okay, so on the directions, it's talking about obtaining a candle. So I want to be somewhere where I can get a candle, frankincense, amber, that kind of stuff. So it's not going to be.
That would be Motown Witch, 6 Mile and Schaefer.
All right, thank you.
One lady, one of the members called in yesterday. Her name is Jessica Roach. And I think she's been on the Elizabeth calls from time to time. She has herbs. She told me that, please know that she has some of these oils and some of the things.
Well, I'm gonna call her too.
So we'll get it together. I agree with you. Among us, there are our businesses, and the resource that Danielle just mentioned, I've heard of them for years. And, so we've got it in Metro Detroit. I think we can pull it together. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I want to circulate our dollars. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Deborah, how long are you going to be here?
I'll be leaving Saturday. I'm so glad. You know what? This is divine. I know this is divine for me to be here at this time. I mean, really, I couldn't believe it when Raziya told me that they're having a meeting this week. I was like, this is all designed, that God has planned for this. So I'm just happy that I'm here. Happy to see you all and to be a part of this meeting today, because I know that, we're going to have all of the things that we need to get through this difficult time that we're going through.
But thank you for being here. I know I gave you a late night To you late, but thanks for responding and coming.
Oh yeah, that's so good. I'm all messed up, jet lag and everything, but I think I'm kind of catching up now. And by the time I catch up, it'll be time for me to leave.
I know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Tashina, I just put Jessica Roach's website in the chat.
Oh, good.
Thank
She does
you.
oils.
Wow, I didn't know she had a website. Okay, I see it. Oh gosh, this is good. Condon 7 Mile. Oh wow, this is great.
Now, Deborah, do you know that we're here every day, Monday through Friday?
Oh, okay.
Every Tuesday is health and wellness. Raziya and Deitra and
Jacqueline.
Okay.
So it's godly divine every day.
Very good. Good to know. I'm trying to get back to the chat here, and I don't know what I did, but okay. You can at least still hear me.
Yes, we can.
Okay. I was looking at the chat and the information in the chat. So like I said, this phone not even supposed to be working. So this is all God. This is like, okay. I'm just happy. So
yeah, I've been to Bamboo West. And she is very knowledgeable about herbs and their oils, and she's good. I like her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's over here on the east side. So that's where I live now. So yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't think I'll be going that far.
Oh, okay. Just in case. I just want to throw it out there.
Oh yeah. Great. Now on Conant, Danielle, on Conant and 7 Mile, which store is that? Is she still there?
Unmute yourself.
Okay, I did. So is the store on Conant and 7 Mile? What's the name of that? That's my old stomping grounds. Danielle?
She's trying to.
Okay. So basically it's in an old white house that you can almost pass up on Conant, closer to the junction of 7 Mile. It's very conspicuous. Like you wouldn't know it was there unless you know exactly what you was going for. Come to find out, Patrick said that it's one of the original buildings that was on Conant when Conant was a dirt road. So it's a very old house. Okay. So like I said, it's a very old house. It's white, and it's right there. Like when you call him, you can talk to him. He'll explain more, but it's right there. Like I know exactly where to go to because I know exactly what I'm looking for. But most people don't know what they're looking for. But it's an old white house right there on Conant, closer to what is that? 8 Mile. Is that 8 Mile? 7 Mile?
I grew up over there. I know every building, every house. I will see it and I will say, aha, because that's what I grew up. Okay, good. Thank you. That's so good to know. And I mean, I'm so glad to have all these resources. I feel like this trip is well worth it. I'm just on cloud nine. So happy, and it's so good to see everybody.
Good to see you too.
I miss Detroit. Okay, I miss you all. I miss the city, but I don't miss the snow.
Did you bring some cake with you?
You're the second person that asked me that, and I'm like, I'm sorry. Even if I wanted to, I don't know how to work these new. My daughter has a brand new kitchen. It's all digital. I don't know. I don't like that stuff. I like the old stuff.
Turn the fire. See the fire come on.
Yeah.
Gas. Click, 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 and then.
Right, yeah, I burnt the house up and all these digital things, but I do know how to do the stove. So,
You know what, Deborah? Queen, she asked me, is that the Deborah that baked cake? I was like, I've never known you to bake cakes. I'm like,
no, you don't know my alter ego. That's
right.
Because I got a whole bunch of people that actually cried when I left because I had one lady, she would order cake for everybody's birthday, every holiday. And when I told her I was leaving, she cried. I said, I'm so sorry. I said, but when I come back, maybe I can let you know. But I said, just find somebody else. She said, nobody else does it like you. Because, I make sure I get my pecans from Georgia. That's the best soil in the country, if you ask me. What they grow down there is like, tastes so much better than anything. Everything is special. I get my vanilla from Mexico. I don't do nothing other than what I have, my protocol for my ingredients. So it is special. And she says she can't find nobody that operates like I do. But if I am ever here for at least a week and I have access to a stove, I would love to make some more cakes, but I don't have the access right here at my daughter's. I don't know if I just don't
come on over to Healing Support Network.
I know, right? Right. Well, Deborah, we were supposed to figure out how you can mail them.
That's what we were talking about that on one of the calls, and things kind of got a little complicated. So I kind of like, okay, I'm gonna back off of this right now. But I would be up to thinking about that because like I said, I do have people who I could freeze the cakes and mail them. Freeze it. I would have to make sure it was good and frozen, because then I have to figure out how long it'll be before it'll thaw out, or that kind of stuff. But some of the people are so serious about it because when they ingest this cake, it just feels good. You don't have any reactions, no, side effects. Like sometimes you eat stuff and you go like, something don't feel right, Right. So what people tell me is that it feels good. They never have side effects, and they really just trust me because I work from my heart. I'm not money driven. Yeah, I know I have to charge something, because one lady told me, she said, you're not charging enough. You need to go. She said, well, I'll pay you $40 for a dozen cupcakes. And I was thinking, wow, because she said, I'm charging too low because I do not have that kind of a greedy. I don't know. I'm not saying everybody's greedy, but I'm just saying that, like when I had my adoption agency, instead of charging $30,000 to get a baby to do that, I would charge $5,000. So people again said, wow, she must be crazy. Well, let's run over there. But see, I'm going by this Holy Spirit is talking to me. And the Holy Spirit taught me how to learn how to know that voice, because I've had incidents where I was fighting it. And I'm not going to give this kid no money. And then I said, you better give it. And I give the kid money. And she busted out in tears. And I was like, well, what's going on? Because the Holy Spirit had been telling me, I was taking this little girl to school. Her mother had died. And she didn't have the money to pay her her fees for her senior dues. And she never told me that. But the Holy Spirit was telling me, give her $20. And at that time, I wasn't making that much money. But I gave her the money. And then she started crying and told me this boy was going to pay her fees, but she was going to have to do something for it. And she wasn't that type of person, but she was going to do it because she didn't have any other way to pay her fees. Right. And when I learned that lesson, taught me, when you hear that voice, do not ignore it. You do. And I started really listening. So I have an internal guide, a connection with the Holy Spirit. And when I hear things, I do it. So when the fee for that adoption agency came up, Holy Spirit said, you will not charge over $5,000. And I even charged less on occasion. I had a doctor that couldn't pay that. And I still gave her, she still got the baby, and she still owed me. She owed me money to this day. And the baby is now 10 or something. The girl isn't, but I get pictures all the time. So, I'm just saying how I'm guided to do things from the heart. So, but people have to make money. So, God just blessed me where money just comes, and I'm like, yes, Lord, thank you.
Overflow. That's right.
Thank you.
Yes. I love your hair. I love the way you got that. It's so cute.
Who?
You, Sheila.
Oh.
I'm not, because I have mine shaved off, but it's not like quite that shaved.
Are you letting it grow?
Underneath, my hair is really almost the same as these clips. This is like, I'm not letting the size grow anymore. I don't want my hair to be, I I don't want my hair hanging all around. I just like this little bit up at the top, and then I just have, so I have braids up here. But yeah, it's easy to keep, and it's low maintenance,
Very,
Yeah.
very much so. My granddaughter, she'll be 5 this month, and she doesn't like my hair. Why you do that? And her little cousins are looking at me, I said, I chose to do this. This is the way I like my hair, And so when I see her and she's looking at me, and I'm finally letting her see me without the teeth. And it's like being looking at me. I said, Grandma look weird. And I said, my teeth are in the bathroom. I said, but this is our secret. You don't tell your friends, you don't tell your cousins, and only, and I'll know, because when I come over your house, they'll come up and say something, like, are those your teeth or something like that, so. But I always tell her, I said, I love my hair like this. I chose to do it. I said, I can grow my hair, but I don't want to. I said, you have enough hair for me and you. So you keep the hair, and Grandma's gonna stay just like this. Okay.
I know that's right. That's easy.
And every so often, 1 or 2 will come out, because every time I cut, I end up cutting a strand from the side. Until they end up, strands and stuff. But I'm just refusing to trip about my hair, about hair.
No. Yeah.
And I honor those who something physically is going on with them, and or not. Maybe they don't notice something is happening.
Right.
The hair is starting to thin out because of age or whatever that is, right? And but I'm just, look at my sister, bald head. She just loves it, So if it comes down to that, so I don't know where we're going next, because this was way down here when I first started. It was up, and I wanted it down here on this side. Now this is up here. And it goes slowly. But I can always add hair. I can always, and I can always put a wig on, so I'm not going to give that much energy. And now you don't even have to wear a wig. It's popular to be bald,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I see it all the time, and it looks good.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. So I get, in the day that the little kids was on me about my hair, and then I go somewhere, and I see this brother, he said, "Sister, I love your hair." So I get that little balance. But the children, they just don't understand. They don't understand, and my granddaughter is watching my body go through, this change and all of that kind of stuff. But
yeah, you're still here.
Just keep living. Just keep living.
Right, exactly.
Keep living. They'll find out.
Well, thank you again, Deborah. I just really, truly appreciate you. I do. Thank you for everything you share.
We all do.
Yeah.
Well, you all have been a blessing. You all have been a blessing, because I'm getting ready to go out here and find these stores and get me a candle and get me these different oils that are on here, and I'm gonna be ready for this meeting.
What about Mama Shu? Does she have that? I know she has candles over there. Does she have?
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
Mama
She has stuff over there. Yeah, in Avalon Village in Highland Park.
Really? Avalon Village, okay, in Highland Park.
Do you know her?
She pretty much owns a whole block.
Whoa, really?
Yeah. Have you heard of her?
I never heard of her.
Oh wow.
Oh, just look up Avalon Village.
Okay.
And she's been on Yes, right off Woodward. You
Deborah,
can't
I'll
miss it.
send
You
her
can't miss it.
I'll text you.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
will.
Can't
she's
miss
an
it.
amazing sister, and so if you can support her, because I know that she has a lot of stuff over there.
Okay, and she's Asian?
No, she's sister.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you said that because I thought I'd rather, I like to shop with our own. I don't have nothing against these other folks, but they come and set up in our communities and get rich. And you don't ever see where they live.
Right.
And the other thing is that you will be supporting a whole story, a whole community.
Right.
If you're circulating your money over there. And
I'm going to go over there. I can't wait. Yeah, I'm going to go over there.
It's Avalon Street. It's Avalon Street, right off Woodward, about 3-4 blocks from the Davison Expressway.
Oh, yeah.
You can't miss it. It's a big old lot, and you see the first thing you see is the house, the Moon Ministry, and next door is the park dedicated to both of her sons who are ancestors. And then the homework house and all that other stuff she got going on. Yeah.
Her sons are both deceased?
Yeah, Jacoby Rod, he passed away. He was hit by a car when he was 2.
Oh,
and, what was it, 2021? Her older son was murdered right in front of her, actually. She saw who did it.
She had, oh my, that's a lot of trauma.
And she's an amazing sister in how she has taken that and
that trauma,
used it as fertilizer to create a whole community,
whole village. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I can't wait to meet her. That's a wonderful.
She was actually on the Ellen DeGeneres show.
Yep, she was on Ellen's show.
And
yeah, she gave her a house.
A house. What is it? The house that it's one of these special houses.
The modular,
yeah, right. They delivered all the stuff to the place. It's just been a joy to see her to show us what a woman is and how we go through all these different responsibilities of woman. And to see her turn that grief from losing that baby son, and then to have, and just to see her still standing and running with life is just a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Right here in Metro Detroit.
Hey, it's a whole lot of good people in Detroit. I mean, really outstanding people. Detroit is a rich, fertile ground.
Yes.
We've produced a lot of.
Yeah, she's a minister. She performs weddings.
Not just weddings. She does weddings,
medical.
naming ceremonies. For the babies. She can officiate
What is she?
a lot.
She went through the training with the police to be what is she? What is the minister in the police department?
The chaplain?
Yeah, she's that. She has run for mayor of Highland Park.
She's also a sacred woman. She's a sacred woman.
Definitely.
She's done the sacred woman. She's gone through a couple of times. She's an amazing woman. Amazing.
Yeah, so Deborah,
she has the Goddess Marketplace, which is a business for Black-owned other businesses to display and sell their products, and those are container homes. She has Wednesday night wings and wine of the month. That's at the homework house, which is amazing what they've done with that house. Geothermal heat. Solar, the roof is metal, and solar lights in the neighborhood. Just so much. So much.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to get over there. I forget about Conan. I'm going to see this amazing woman.
So Deborah, this in here. if you go to our website, go to Elizabeth visionaryconference.com.
Okay.
.org. I'm sorry. Elizabeth visionaryconference.org.
Okay.
On that first page, the clip when she visited us, because not only did she go on Ellen's show, she came on Grand Rising's show.
Yes. Wait a minute, you guys are way bigger than Ellen. I mean, really? I've seen you on TikTok.
For her in our own way.
I'll be checking y'all out.
Yeah, a clipping is on there of our show. Just hit that.
Okay.
And watch the show, and you'll learn all about how amazing this sister is. You know.
Really?
Wow. What day did she come on? Do you remember?
I can't remember. No. That's why it's on there, so that you can just go there, hit the button.
It was on a Wednesday, Mama Head show.
Oh.
Okay. Now, which Wednesday you get to find out.
Okay.
Okay. We'll get a little closer. Thanks.
Right, thank you.
Thank you, because it was right after. It was in January.
Okay. Ooh. Okay.
But she couldn't come in December and stuff, and she was surprised that she was able to come in It was in January.
Okay, great. That tunes it down a little bit.
But like I said, it's on the website, so all you have to do is just click it, and it comes on.
Okay.
YouTube and it shares.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Wow. This has been all sorts of information. I think I got more information from you all. I think I've been blessed.
What you shared is exactly what we needed. I know it's exactly what I needed.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. And I'm just so happy to be in Detroit for these few days, because I feel like all of this stuff is very important.
Yes.
Being able to connect with the group.
Yeah.
Any more comments or questions?
Well, I do want to announce to Deborah that we have our conference coming up May the 12th and 13th. That is Mother's Day weekend. So not on Sunday, but Friday and Saturday. And you can attend it physically here in Detroit, or you can go online and get it while it's happening as well. So we will be doing it as well.
And also don't forget so that she can support us. We got a Elizabeth t-shirt and a coffee mug.
All right.
Yeah. Does anybody have their mug right there where she can see it?
I'm not at home. We need a tumbler, a travel tumbler.
There it is right there.
Oh. Let me see, Danielle. She got
I don't have it. Who has it? But I do want to say, Deborah, it's funny because you crossed my mind a few days ago, and now you're here. So I was wondering, because I'm like, wait a minute, I haven't seen or heard of her in a while. Yeah. And I was like,
I did the Yoni thing. Remember?
Yes.
Okay. And I always think, boy, I need to do that again. But I just say, well, it was a good experience, and I'm glad I did it. Because all women need to do that,
Mm-hmm.
So I brought some plantains. So, I brought them because I don't trust everybody's stuff. And I went to this African store and I got the plantain, and they're just so sweet and ripe.
What store you go to?
It's in Vegas. I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought you went here.
I travel with food.
Did you mention plantain, Deborah? There's a restaurant here in Detroit called Fork in Nigeria. You have to try it. Well, the restaurant, it's carry out only, but they got a food truck over on the Livernois, Fork in Nigeria. It's owned by the chef is Nigerian. His name is Chef Pierre, and his food is amazing. And he's all into health and wellness. I gotta get him on the show. Now that I think about it, but his food is amazing. And I'm like, taste of the motherland. It's absolutely amazing.
Could you put that in the chat? Because I'm going. I'm trying to get over there. I mean,
it's funny. Here's the funny part. I'm at my client's house right now. His food truck is right down the street. So it's right down the street.
Oh, wow.
But I'll put it in there. I know all his stuff starts off vegan. And if you want to add chicken, if you want to add meat to it, you can add meat to it. But all his rice dishes and everything are vegan.
Yeah.
So they start off vegan, and then he adds it according to people's tasting. Yeah.
That's really good, because if I had my husband here, he would want to get meat. And see, I'm just the vegan. I'm not doing the meat. The meat is injected with the vaccine. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Right.
So, yeah, but that would be. And so, what street is that on? I'm gonna write it down now.
So it's on. You know what? I'll give you the website. It's on Livernois in the Avenue of Fashion. So it's on Livernois between 7 and 8 Mile.
Okay.
And it's actually parked in front of a tax place. I'll go to the website and give you the website, because like I'm one of those people, I know where stuff is, I just don't know the streets. Like, no, it's right there between there.
Same way. I'm the same way. Streets escape me often.
And they got something called Zobo juice. Their Zobo juice is hibiscus
really?
tea. It's so good, infused with ginger. It is so good. I'm like, if it was in the budget today, I would so be there. But that's and their fufu, everything is it's homemade. It is so good. I'm like, I'm trying.
Yeah, I like African food. I do like African food. I mean, and it's vegan, so that's also good. Well, ladies, I know everybody's. I'm raring to get out of here. Get over to Highland Park first.
Yeah, we up on the hour now, so.
Looking, I'm gonna visit that food truck.
I want to say this, Mama Raziya, your body is so beautiful. I cannot believe that this body has been around for 80 years.
She's a goddess.
And you look like that. I mean, your skin is glowing, and
yes.
It's like, I know you say you're in a steam room or something. Are you in your bathroom and you just
in the bathroom? Yes.
And so I'm like,
I'm pretending it's a steam room.
But your body just looks so beautiful, and the color and how perky it looks, and you make 80 look damn good, girl. I mean, let me tell you, you make 40 look good, okay?
Yes.
You make 12 look good. So, I went to an event last night. QB, an entertainer, passed, and she was just full of love and everything. And just to see that those same people, we would have went somewhere and everybody was in their 40s and 30s, and now everybody was in their 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Ooh.
And still getting up there singing, still performing, playing bass and guitar and congas. So you just keep every day. It's just another day. It's just another day in the land of living.
That's right.
And yeah, you look good, my queen. I'm so happy and honored to have you, and that you're still doing the same thing every day and bringing that information to us on why and how you're able to look like you do and feel like you do, and still mentally be able to bless us with information as you do. So I really honor you, my queen. I honor you. Yeah.
You look absolutely amazing. You're on it. You're how can I say this? There are women who I look up to in their 60s, their 70s, their 80s. Queen Afua, Ernestine, I can't think of her last name, but she's the 85-year-old bodybuilder. And Chef Babette. And I'm like, and I add you to that list, Mama Raziya, because I can reach out and touch you. I can come to your house and eat. I can sit with you and I see you. I see you, you know, I have access to you, you know what I'm saying? And so you are on that list because you're the living embodiment of what you practice, what you preach.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you, Danielle.
Yeah, she my co-host. Okay.
And your co-host, she my hero. She my hero. And I'm coming by today to check out that document too. I didn't come by yesterday. Yesterday was a very emotionally rough. One of my clients was laid to rest. Mr. Al-Amin was laid to rest in the Muslim community, and that was my first Muslim janazah, which is a Muslim funeral. And the client that I worked with majority of last year passed away. We've got the word that she passed away. So it was like, okay, I'm just gonna stay home, clean up, and just get myself together. But I'll come over today. I was like, I'm in the land of the living. I'm like, we got work to do. We got work to do.
We really appreciate you, Danielle, for what you do. And I'm so glad that the industry has a person like you relating, you know, working with the elders and with people with special disabilities and so forth. And it's precious to see you vibrant, you know, all stylish and with your pizzazz walking. I'm sure you bring the energy up in those places that you work.
Yes.
So we greet you and we
appreciate. Thank you. And the spirit is actually having me balance this out between my elders and my children. So last week I did a tie-dye party. My friend Latanya Garth has a mentoring program called Imagine. So it's to build up the confidence of young girls in elementary, middle school, and high school. So we did a tie-dye party and they just went crazy with the creation of tie-dyeing. So she's got me doing another school tomorrow afternoon. So I'm liking this balance between working with the elders and then working with the children, because you need that balance in life. You just need that energy. They was on 5,000. I was like, oh my, this is different. Like, but they loved it. They enjoyed it. And so I'm sitting here trying to create things, not trying, I know I got to squeeze, creating programs for everybody to tap into that creativity, because we so need it. And just in everything that we do. And I can't wait to see you at the photo shoot Sunday, Mama Raziya, in your t-shirt, and getting our headshots and everything, so we can continue to promote each other, continue to promote health and wellness, continue to promote Elizabeth and just this movement that we're doing. So I'm excited. I'm so very excited.
Brought that up, Danielle. Remember, sisters, that Sunday we do have a photo shoot. Ambrose, who's a pro, he has done all my photos over the years. And what you don't know, he will show you that day, so that your pictures are gorgeous. Snatching pictures off of Facebook. Okay, we've had enough of that. We need some professional pictures. Matter of fact, I told Ken Harrison who's going to teach about the trust. He has this one picture and it's faded. So I texted him, I said, get your butt up and go and get some professional pictures done. And he did. He stopped and got some professional pictures and sent them to me. So as we are growing and as we are bringing forth our babies, we got to up our game in how we're looking, how we're presenting ourselves out there. And the other thing is the t-shirts. By Wednesday, Ebony was so willing to push this out last week, and it was such a blessing to be able to give her the time to do the t-shirts. Did I post the t-shirts? I know I worked on a flyer to post the t-shirts. I think I did. And I think I sent to you all. You guys are so special. I do send stuff to you individually in case you don't go. And then when you say do not, this is a group, do not. There's people like it, so therefore it pops back. Right. And all them ding, ding, dings, just be sensitive to that. And if it's a group, just respond individually.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, it says respond in this thread, you know, because we want each other to see it if it's like that. But yeah, really excited. So, you know, being your white, wear something white so you can take a picture in that. And something
don't we have what is it, Face Game Breedy? Rosa from Face Game Breedy is going to be there with her lip glosses.
Yeah. Yep.
So we have a vendor that was with us at what is it, Ranita's event. She's Face Game Breedy. She's what is it, all natural vegan lip glosses. So she's getting the shots promoting her brand, because we have the wonderful inclusivity that we have with Elizabeth. It just fits perfect for what she does with her brand. So we come with our makeup. We're going to assist each other with our makeup and everything, but we also going to be wearing her lipsticks and lip glosses while we're shooting. So she get the double cross promoting going on here.
Yeah. So if you know someone who is a makeup artist and they want to get some photos for their portfolio, this will be a great time for them to volunteer, and she can just, you know, maybe take what do you call it, blessings, you know, tips and stuff, or if you can do your own, or we help do each other's and do each other's hair and all of that stuff. But yeah, so that going on, but we really need to get if you want the t-shirts, you know, to get that over to yeah, it's too late to get the cups. I ordered 3 extra cups when I ordered teacher's cup. So and Reverend has already paid for one of those, so I had 2 extra cups so that you can have a cup when you get there.
How much are the cups?
Cup.
20.
I can order a cup on your website, or is that how that goes?
I don't have that set up yet. I will in a second though.
Well, no, I might get
you can just send it to me.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask Danielle, did you say Minister Saladin?
No. The elder that passed away was Imam Abdullah.
Okay.
Yeah, Elamin, not Saladin.
I don't think that's the same person. Oh, okay, good. I was just making sure because I know Saladin, but
No, this is Elamin.
Okay, and I want to give you all some food for thought. I was in Medellin, which is Colombia, about a month ago. I stayed there for 2 weeks. I kept looking at the skies. Never saw a plane fly. Never saw. All their vegetables and things are organic. So I'm just wondering, is the U.S. the target? Are they just doing that here? I don't know, because they're not being sprayed out there and they're not being fed poison food. I'm just like, really? I kind of wonder what's going on. How come? And I don't think I heard Panama isn't being sprayed. So are they trying to get rid of certain groups of people or what? I don't know. We'll have to figure that one out.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and I want us to send out some thoughts of prayers for those people in California and Silicon Valley, because they closed the banks, you know, taking their money. Those people not taking it, but they're not giving them any money.
Get their money back, right?
Yeah. So
I'm gonna say this, and I'm not gonna back off of it because I know it to be true. What I share with you guys about Nasara Jasara, I share with you guys about the currency, all of this is part of that. What you're seeing happening right now is that money is being, soon before you know it, you will not be using the dollar bill. I'm telling you, that stuff is in the process of being taken out and new money is coming in.
Right.
All I can do is encourage you to at least get something like a dinar. You can get these from the bank. So if it's coming from a bank and an established
financial institution.
Yeah, then you know it's something that's happening. So this is one of the things, is that money is being it's being changed. It's called global exchange, currency exchange, and national. That's and all kind of things. Did we post that? We posted in our other group that has all the currency and stuff. But so that is what is happening. And I just got a call the other day. Go get your money out of the bank, especially if you have a lot of money, because they call it what's that thing that Barack did when he got in office, and they rescued the banks?
Bailout.
Well, what they call it in the banks, is a bail-in. So they're taking money from the bank. So if you have money in the bank, they can keep that money to bail themselves out of the situation. Especially if you work for the government, you know, they can definitely do it there because they have that control. So I'm just saying, you know, they've called it conspiracy theory for years and years and years, but it is really now happening. And yeah, so that's what's happening. It's not just in Silicon, or it's all over.
It's like a domino effect, right?
Yes, I'm telling you.
We saw the first two, now it's ready for the rest of them. So you saying even credit unions?
The credit unions are, well, all banks are going to be affected. I'm not sure about as far as, I mean, because money exchange, everybody's got to line up. All of them. And they call it Basel, that all the banks have to come up to this new standard.
Really?
And the money has to change. And, you know, we will be getting, especially they will start with the seniors. They started with the farmers because of what they did with the farmers. And that's when all that started, like.
Right.
And indigenous people are saying, you owe me money, you this. And then our names, our numbers, our social security. I didn't have a social security until I got 14 years old.
Yeah, me either.
When it was time to go to work, that's when we got social security. But now at birth, your children get social security unless you are aware. So indigenous, some of them, they won't are sovereign. They won't let them get a social security number because the world, we're like stock exchange. They exchange money on our social security name.
Yes.
Numbers. Yeah, the numbers and stuff. So it is really it's going down. I'm just saying right now, it is going down. It is happening. So find out as much as you can about it. Some people will become very, 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 very wealthy, ultra wealthy, like that, like in an instant, like that. And those people who are doing that are the responsibility is to help those who did not do it, who did not get it. But in the Nasara Jasara, you're gonna get back all your income tax is going to start coming back to you. It's not going to be all of us, you know, because we got the world to deal with. So, you know, the timeline on this, but seniors, our money is going to start coming. We're going to start getting a lot more money, and everybody's going to get money. Everybody is going to get money. Like it's like the 1,000 years of peace.
Right.
It's the wealth for the wicked is saved up for the righteous, whatever that scripture is. All of that. So where it's looking all crazy and everybody's scared with the general public, there is a group of people, there is a movement of God that there will be peace on earth. And God never intended for us to work like we do to get nothing.
Right,
And
right.
so those who have done that to us, a lot of those people that are selling babies and children and sex trafficked, there's been a lot of killings going on right now that we don't know about.
Right.
Getting rid of the powers that be that have been holding us captive and struggling like all get up.
Right.
Taxes and stuff, IRS is illegal. I said that a long time ago. So
Yes.
all of that transaction is going on. They are even telling some people, and I'm going to bring this to a close. They're telling some people, don't pay your taxes, just hold on.
Uh-huh.
And this is not just me telling somebody to do this. This is the IRS, some people who know what's going on.
Really?
Just hold on, do your taxes, but don't
pay.
So they have until April when all of that comes down to announce it. There's a thing on this guy is saying money is going to come. You're going to get a lot of money. March, blah 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 blah. Well, we'll see what happens, but it's going down. So
So if we have dinars, what should we just hold on to it? The dinars?
Oh, girl, yeah. Because it's already happening on the higher levels. And when it gets down to the 4th and the 5th tier, then they will say it to the general public. They will let you know, take your money in. But if you know when they do this one thing, which is an announcement, and you take your money in, then your rate will be higher.
Oh, okay.
It will be higher.
I just have one question.
Yeah. Oh, well, let me say this to Deborah right quick.
Okay.
Knowing that you have some, I will make sure that you know when I know, so that you go and exchange so you get the higher rate. Because
thank you, because they don't know about this out there. Yeah.
Yeah, when it gets to the general public, it'll be at a low, just the everyday rate. It'll be more, hopefully, than Okay.
Thank you.
Evelyn.
What? Okay, so you take your money out of the bank and you just hold on to it. Is that what you're saying? Just don't have any money in the bank, or just have a minimal amount in the bank?
Well, I'm not worried because
Okay.
I'm so minimum. I'm sure it's the higher, people who have a lot more money, but yeah.
Well, what I heard is that if you can get gold some kind of way, transfer it over to gold.
Yeah, you want to get gold or
silver or something.
Silver. If you having money that's just paying your bills like that. But if you got money in there, I'm sure they're going after money because they're trying to restock for themselves. Banks are really in trouble. And if they have not come up to what they call Basel standard, and this is all around the country, 209 countries are so that we're even. If I go to China, the dollar and the dollar is the same. There's no more unequal. And you go to other countries and stuff is not. Everything has to be backed by gold, silver, and precious metal. Where our money is not backed by anything right now. When Nixon took the gold standard off of it,
it's just fiat money. Fiat.
Yeah. They just print money when they need it. That's terrible.
But all of that has come to a close. It's coming to a close. So just be aware. We're gonna be all right. I'm telling you guys, we're gonna be all right. Hospitals, Deborah, you'll love this. Hospital and Mama Raziya. All those doctors will have to be retrained to holistic.
Hey, yes.
And lawyers are going through a new training now because the law is changing.
Right.
So we've been operating under is it United States? Is it United States Incorporated? What is it, Pam?
United States of America Incorporated, which does not exist anymore.
Right.
It's a big thing. Okay, hug yourselves with all this wonderful information. Just don't remember that God got us, and God's got us. We got it. We got it. And hug the world.
Oh yes.
And everything that's wonderful and good and truth and love. And
this is funny. The hug. That's the hug that I'm giving everybody. See that hug? I'm in here sketching.
I know, right? That's beautiful.
A hug.
Yes. Are you sketching? You did that?
Yeah. I can draw. That's a gift. That's a gift from God.
Oh,
nice. But I like the hug. So I always put on here, love is the answer. And that's a hug of love.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, you guys.
We have to get together because I have a song called Everybody Wanna Be Loved. And
I want it with everybody want to be touched.
It's personal. Yeah, everybody want to be heard. Have a wonderful.
I love you guys.
God bless.
The sun is out.
I love you all.
Great show, Deitra.
Oh, thank you,
Mama.
And thank you for inviting me.
Sister.
Thank you for coming.